Hey, shalom, 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 shalom. I want to start by saying, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Kahalana Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kwakodash, and also double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to Yakim out there pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kwakodash. Alright, so I'm back again with another lesson, and this lesson here is going into this right here. It's like it's raining over here, heavy rain. I'm in my car, so the rain is hitting the top of my car, and it's making a little noises. But hopefully, this video is gonna be heard, right? So this right here says a great woe, financial ruin, and mold. Nostradamus predictions for 2023, right? So somehow Esau already knows what 2023 is gonna go down like, okay? And this was predicted by a man, going back in let me see, in the 15th century. All right, it says here, the 15th century astrologer predicted the rise of Hitler and the fall of the Twin Towers, which his prediction could see come true in 2023. So this man predicted about how Hitler, rised up in power and did what he did. He predicted about the Twin Towers. To me, it sounds like an inside. This is like an inside job, right? This is like what this elite always things that they have already predicted that they were gonna do to bring the NWO, to do certain things. Okay, and on top of that, everything is done according to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, this devil has no power to do what he does unless it's given to him, from Yahweh by Yahushai. Okay, let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Then it says here in NLT, the king's heart is like a stream of water directed by Yahweh. He guides it wherever he pleases. All right, and this is how the Most High works. This prediction here and there. If this man really, predicted this and it's true, guess what? The Most High put our spirit up on him to predict these things. All right, let's go here and show you why, things like this. Like, yeah, man, it's possible through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, let's go to the book of Joel. It's the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 28. It shall come to pass afterward that I'll pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons, your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions, And also upon the servants and upon Hamans in those days will pour out my spirit. Okay, so it's possible that this man did see these things and predicted, seeing visions of it and predicted of it, man. All right, and how it's happening. But one thing for sure, he didn't know the years. He didn't know what year was going to be. All right. Now, yeah, we can. I could be wrong now, but from what I know, he didn't know that it was he seen the rise of Hitler, but he didn't know what year was going to be. He seen the vision of the Twin Tower. He don't know what year was going to be. Okay. So whatever he predicted to happen, that hasn't happened. He didn't know what years what century was going to be in. All right. Okay. And on top of that, man. It's like on top of that is these individuals, they're all servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right, like a quick preset is here in the book of Isaiah, real quick. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. I think it was one of the kings, right? It's like Just bear with me. It's in the book of Isaiah. Isaiah, let me start from here. Mm. And if I can't get it, forgive me, please. Yeah, just bear with me for a minute while I look up this precept. Okay, let me see. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse 28. Thus saith of Cyrus, he is my shepherd, and he shall perform all my pleasure. Even said to Jerusalem, thou shalt be built, and the temple, and thy foundation shall be laid. Okay, this is an example of how the Mosai used Cyrus. Okay, as he's a vessel or shepherd. Okay, to do certain things for him. When I say of Cyrus, he is my shepherd. He will certainly do as I say. He will command rebuild Jerusalem. He will say restore the temple. And guess what? He had him do that. Okay, the Most High uses these other nations as well, man. Okay, to do certain things. All right, let me see if I can get another one. This is the Isaiah chapter 45, verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh to his anointed, okay, chosen. So he chose who? Cyrus. To Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings to open before him the two lift gates, and the gates shall not be shut. And I'll give the treasure of darkness and the hidden riches of secret places, and thou mightest know that I, Yahweh Shem Yashar, which called thee by thy name, I am the power of Israel. All right, that's an example of the Most High using Cyrus. Okay, let's read this in the NLT. Isaiah 45 and 1, it says, this is what the Yahweh Hashem Yashar says to Cyrus. He's anointed one, whose right hand he will empower before him. Mighty kings will be paralyzed with fear. Their fortress gates will be opened, never to shut again. All right. Verse 2 in NLT, this is what the Lord said. I'll go before you, Cyrus, and leave the mountains, and I'll smash down the gates of bronze and cut through bars of iron. Okay. Then it says in verse 3, and I'll give you treasure hidden in darknesses, secret riches. I'll do this so you might know that I am Yahweh. the power of Israel, the one who calls you by your name. You see? Now that right there, it does not mean that Cyrus is gonna be all right. Is gonna be in the kingdom and hot seat, or Cyrus is gonna receive salvation and be a part of the elect whatsoever. No, man, he ain't. Okay, the Most High used him. So this is an example with this person right here, showing you the Most High can use certain people, okay, to predict certain things or prophesy, to prophesy. All right, things like that happens. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and get a few things that got that had my eyes wide open. Right, he says famed French astrologer Michel de Nostradamus, commonly known simply as Nostradamus, prepared a book of chilling prediction called Lesser Prophecies, which he published over 450 years ago, and Sake, and despite the book's age, many of his predictions have proven to come true. The content of the book made a dire prediction about World War II, Adolf Hitler's rise to power, and the French Revolution, all of which were early accurate. Not only did he predict these events, but he successfully predicted the assassination of the 35th USA President J.F. Kennedy, even the September 11 terror attacks against the World War Trade Center. You see, this is when this is how it comes to it becomes like, okay, this is an inside job. This all things was put together. All right, okay, all right. It's like it's most I can make somebody predict certain things happen, but then this right here is like, okay, all right, let's stop here. You know, this is it's inside job, man. It says this is what got me right here, right? A failed economy that could lead to cannibalism. You see, Nostradamus predicted that humanity might face the threat of cannibalism due to a failing economy, writing, there, there are no abbot, monkeys, no novices to teach. Honey would cost much more than candle wax. The price of wheat would be higher. Man would be agitated and eat his friend in despair. That's biblical. So this man was reading the Bible, man. All right. Either he was reading the Bible like, fuck out of here. This man was out here making up, predicting things without reading the Bible. Even if he didn't read the Bible, somehow all the things he's saying, it atties, it atties to the Bible. Let's go here real quick, right? Let's go to the history. Okay. Let's go to the book of This is the book of Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 10. The hands of pure women have sown their own children. Okay, hold up. This is the book of Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with the hunger. For these pain away stricken through from want of the fruits of the field. It's painful to die of hunger, man. Okay, let's go here in NLT again. It says, those killed by the sword are better off than those who die of hunger, starving. They waste away for lack of food from the fields. Verse 10, the hands of pitiful women have sown their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. And this happened during the Babylonian, during the destruction took place during the Babylonian Empire. But this story is about to repeat itself. Okay, in NLT, the tender-hearted women have cooked their own children. They have eaten them to survive the siege. So this is, and this is what this man he is predicted about, right? This is why, like 2023, man, the way Apostle Taha called it, man. Hey, we're gonna see these things happen. Okay, the way the economy is going is bad. Then it says here, honey will cost more. Honey will cost more. Cost much. Costs much more than candle wax. The price of wheat will be higher, right? Check this out, right? Let me see if I can get a precept on what I just read here. Let me see. It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 26. As the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, they cried a woman unto him, saying, Help me, so I can help my Lord or King. And he said, if I be the Most High, do not help thee. Whence shall I help thee? Right, man. If the Most High isn't helping you, how the fuck can I help you? Out of the brown flour or out of the winepress? Question mark. And the king said unto her, where life, wait, it's like what a life thee. And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we might eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her, on the next day, give thy son that we might eat him. And she have hidden her son. So she got supplanted. All right. Okay, that's what happened. She got supplanted, man. She got played, and has her son got in, and the other woman who supplanted her as the son was not happy to her son. You see what I'm saying? Evil times, man. Okay, Jacob trouble time like I never seen before, man. That's the times we're coming into. Okay, and now this is in the news, man. All right, let's go here. Let's go jump to the book of our Revelation. This is the book of our Revelation, chapter 6. Revelation chapter 6, verse 6. It says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure for wheat for a penny, right? And 3 measures of barley for a penny, and thou shalt not hurt the oil or the wine, and which is going into when it says thou shalt not hurt the second, and see thou hurt not the oil or the wine. Is talking about his knowledge, but it says here, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts, a measure of wheat for a penny. And when you go into what is it, the ancient Roman Empire, a penny was worth a lot of money, man. That was like your pay wage, okay? And that right there is gonna be used to what? To pay, 1 meal for the day. For couple, whatever you can afford, your pay wage is gonna go into the economy, the fair, and that's economy failing. All right. When you read this in CSB, then I heard of something like a voice among the four living creatures say, a quarter of wheat for denarius, and 3 quarters of barley for denarius, but do not harm the oil and the wine. The denarius. Let's look up the denarius real quick, right? The denarius value expressed in the terms of the price of silver and assuming 0.99 puri, a 1 out of 10 troy ounce denarius said precious metal value around 2.6 in 2021. So back then it was probably was worth more money, man. It says how much is denarius worth today? The current market cap of denarius is 411.28K. I don't know if how true that is. If brothers want to go into that, they can go into that, man. It says here, what would you buy with 1 denarius? Classical historian often said that in the later Rome Republican early Roman Empire, 20 BC, the daily wage of unskilled labor and common soldier was 1 denarius, with no tax deduction, or about 20 USA in 20 USA dollars in bread. And that's a lot of money back in their times, man. You see, that's a lot of money. So, being a lot of money, that's what they were getting paid. Okay. So it says here, Revelation 6 in NLT. It says, I heard a voice among the four living being say, a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves barley will cost a day's pay, and don't waste the olive oil and the wine, which is this knowledge, right? Because at the end of the day, this knowledge right here is what's going to keep us stable, all right? pursuant to the book of Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. Okay? And we come into them crucial times, man. Big time. Okay? It's a fair economy that could lead to cannibalism. Even on top of that, hey man, motherfuckers might turn zombies for taking out juice, you know? The the jump shot that people took in, being in ignorancy, if that's even a word, trying to really think they knew what the fuck they were doing. Even that, man, is gonna have you people fucked up. So I'm gonna read it one more time. Nostradamus predict that humanity might face the threat of cannibalism due to a failing economy. Writing, there are no abbots, monks, no second, no novice to teach. Honey will cost much more than a candle wax. The price of wheat would be higher, which is read in Revelation 6:6. Even right now, the price of wheat has gone up since the whole situation between Russia and Ukraine. Men will be agitated and eat his friend in despair. You see that? Let's go to the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, real quick. Show you, man. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 37. Second verse 57. All right. That children should die of hunger, and that shall fall through the sword. That city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field, man. And you happen to be in the city, happen to be in this modern area, and the sword's going to take you out, or die by the hunger. Happen to be in those rural area, somebody's going to scoop your head up. The that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, you see, and eat their own flesh. You see that? Their own blood for very hunger of bread and thirst of water, man. That as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again, man. You know? And there's no escaping these plagues. Okay? So this man, probably read the Bible and said this shit, it was gonna happen in the future. These words apparently predicted that the cost of living will only continue to rise in 2023, which you have already seen over here in Australia and worldwide, and leave many hoping that the reference to cannibalism is only metaphorical. No, it's not metaphorical, it's real. It says the Great War of 2023, one line is like mystical book stands out in particular, and it reads 7 months of Great War, people die because of evil, but their light will not fall into the hands of the king. Okay? This prediction could refer to the account conflict between Russia and Ukraine that runs the risk of turning into a World War III should it escalate further. However, there is a dispute regarding the analysis of this line, since the war has surpassed 7 months. It is approaching to 1 year mark. You see, which is we know the ones gonna cause World War III is gonna be those small hats. Okay, now this situation between Ukraine and Russia, it might start for a minute, and then some with the small hats gonna rise up something, and there goes World War III. Okay, let me see what else. It says here, oh, another one. Enough planet disaster for Elon Musk. Astrology predicted his book in a manuscript to colonize Mars. Quest is being laid by Elon Musk. SpaceX might come to an end in 2022 because he's not going to reach up there, man. And this man here predicted that it's not going to happen. You see that? Dry land to get drier and forecast of floods. You see that? Revenge, riots and revenge in the streets. You see that? This is all things that are written in the Bible, man. Okay? These are written in the Bible. All these things this man spoke of is written in the Bible. Now they might know what maybe he wrote it. He read the Bible and then start writing this thing in his own book. They want to give credit to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but hey, at the end of the day, the prophets are here, and we're gonna give credit to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And we know all the things happening right now is because Yahweh Yahushua is doing it. All right, it's not because this man predicted things and now it's happening now. It don't work like that. Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the war and them that do the ring. For the sword and their destruction drove nigh, and one people shall stand up, fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see through all this right here, all right? Through these man's writings, prediction, whatever you want to call it, which to me is prophecy, man. Okay, for there shall be sedition among men. Okay, so invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor the princes, the cost of their action shall stand in their power. Yeah, this is when all things all things get start getting harder and it's just coming with this new new NWO agenda, this new system. Hey man, you're gonna have people who's gonna buck up against it. And man, to what you have about Shem Yashai that I went to the little vacation I went for a whole week camping over there in the wilderness. Man, people over there in this area I was in, they awakened to know that this system is evil, that nothing good is coming for citizens of Australia worldwide. Okay, I went to a park, taking my kids to a park, and guess what I seen in our park? A little sign that was hanging on a poster saying, going into the five, the 5 to the G, the jump shot, all right, the MOTB as well. The GOV is known for us, is to destroy us. Okay, I seen a lot of times. I met this lady who was, who I guess they have their own little group who's doing things on their, trying to build things to do that on their own, which I believe, if you don't got how about Shimon on your side, you're gonna go too far with that, you know what I mean? And then check this out. I'm driving on my way back home. There was a bridge on highway, right? The bridge said WEF is the enemy. I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? So people here in Australia are really, they're gonna uprise and fight against the GOV. And small population, but hey, you're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. These people, they're gonna get up and fight. It says here, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, the cost of their actions shall stand in their power. These so-called prime minister or state premier, man, these people ain't gonna pay attention to your ass. Okay, they're gonna do what they want to do according to their own action, which is is gonna be the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Shah upon these people to do what they want to do. Now I want to read our verse in this translation. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control, while ignoring the legitimate government. There will no longer be free access to cities, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Okay, driven by famine and terrible suffering, men will assault their neighbors and necessarily plunder their possessions. You see, and this is all what this man is talking about. Now we might see this in 2023, which I pray that we do see, man. So I'm gonna stop it right there. But this is a good post right here, man. When I seen it, it was either yesterday or day before, and I'm like, hold up, and I'm reading through it. It might have been the day I just did my live lesson, and I was just reading through it, and I was tired as fuck, and then I'm like, I'm gonna have to go through it one more time and do it, man. Okay, dry land to get drier and forecast of floods, the earth for myself, another climate disaster in 2023. According to the words of Nostradamus, now, according to the prophecy of Yahweh Hashem Yasha. Fuck what this nigga said. The dry land will dry up even more. That's the prophecy. There will be great floods when you see the rainbow. He wrote, as the climate change continues to worsen, this forecast doesn't seem far-fetched for the coming year. It's all true, man. It's all written in the Bible. So with that, man, hopefully today was edify to you brothers out there and sisters out there. Hey, shalom.